Did you say something?
Hello.
Alright, I think that's on now.
Desktop
Desktop audio. I think there's desktop audio now too. Alright, well that's it. That's what we're doing. If it doesn't work, someone else can fix it. Mark can get on fixing if it don't work now.
Ohio gozaimasu.
Mark.
We hear you now. Alright then. You're watching
I Am Games, the most on-brand stream on Twitch.tv.
So satisfying to say in unison. I'm gonna adjust our camera angle a little bit.
Go for it.
Yeah, so everybody can get our sick. Your game shirt looks like it has not been washed.
It has been washed, believe it or not, 3 times.
What happened to the? Why has it got a huge grease streak across it?
Oh, this is when
like a landing strip.
This is when we were doing Deltarune and my Diet Coke spilled all over my shirt. And
some bleach on that bad boy.
Yeah. I keep wanting to use bleach, but I just keep drinking it instead, you know? Suicide. We're back with Soul Reaver, and
I'm putting out a tweet about it.
Do it up. I think that's a good idea.
I was searching for a new image to use, you know.
I want to open.
Always gotta do my pick tweets.
Alright, we're gonna go here.
I don't know if those work, but I like to
hope they do.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I honestly like. I almost prefer playing a 4x3 game because it looks so good with the like setup with us over to the right and like the everything looks
Yeah, it's pretty solid. Really have any complaints.
Our pachinko plinketto?
I have no fucking idea what it's called.
This thing.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't know what it's called. I'm a fucking idiot, is what I'm saying.
Jalen Harris, right off the bat, hit us with fucking $50 in bits again.
What the fuck?
That 5,000 bit. Jalen, where do you get all this money?
Yeah, teach us your ways. I want to know.
Like, he's given us many fish, but I want to learn how to catch them. You know?
Yeah. I'm assuming he probably would say something like, "It's called having a job, faggots," and
well,
oh no,
I have a job, and it hasn't helped me have that kind of disposable income.
Having a job and making responsible decisions that aren't giving us money, I guess. All right. I don't want to be here. I want to go back to the beginning.
By the way, Jalen's $50 donation was with Ohio gozaimasu as the message.
Ohio
so.
Jalen Harris.
I guess that's $50 for Mark.
Yeah, from me.
Shit.
So in brand that I can only hear from the left channel. Could have said that earlier. When you guys said, "We can hear you now," you could have said, "Only coming out of one ear." Yes, I'm blaming the audience.
You know what's amazing is that we're using the same 2 computers every stream, and every time it's just like, settings, what are those? Fuck you. Gets rid of them. I guess I'll just go back.
The lesson is that getting set up and having a permanent setup is just impossible, and we just have to completely redo it every single time.
Yeah, unless like we get a ton of money and just buy like the Ubermensch gaming station that can handle everything we need it to do. Because like our streaming computer's not good enough to emulate a Dreamcast game and stream at the same time. And so I gotta bring out my gaming laptop whenever we want to play this. But everything else, we just capture console footage, so it's fine. So it's some gay shit is what I'm saying. Some gay shit.
Alright. Dang, what did Digi change? All you have to do is down... Okay, you have to understand that the microphones that we use are fancy, and fancy microphones are stupid, because fancy microphones only record in mono, and so these most streaming things just assume that you're going to use a non-fancy microphone, which would record in stereo. So you have to actively check the down mix button. Like you have to, like it'll only record to the left channel unless you click down mix to mono on the streaming thing. And for no particular reason, random settings just decide to uncheck themselves all the time in our streams. Like, sometimes they don't. We didn't have to reset up the jar or the chat or the fucking
Yeah, it's always
other
just there.
shit, but the down mix had to be switched. Why?
It's one of
not
life's
even
mysteries.
God knows that.
No. So yeah, just and of course we can't test it until we go live. It's not like we can like check and be like, oh, of course the audio's fine. Doesn't work.
Well,
like that.
actually, we could have figured out that was not down based, because you can see that it only appears on the left channel.
Oh.
But
that's some advanced shit.
So Digi, why haven't you watched Girls' Last Tour? Because you read the manga? Pretty much. I only answered that because he asked twice, and I was like,
Don't tell them there's a secret to getting their questions answered.
oh, I like this hallway. I like these graphics.
Yeah, we're back in the beginning of the game because I want to get to this like room that I think I'm going to right now.
So this is the Dreamcast version that we're emulating, right?
Correct.
Yeah, because it definitely looks better than I remember the PlayStation version looking, but I think that's mostly because the PlayStation version had that wonkiness that all PlayStation games have.
Yeah.
Which I know Hippo has said that he really likes that, and I'm not surprised that he does, because his own animation style deliberately incorporates that a lot of the time. I heard a bling, we got a bunch of cents from Kurbla. Is this a good game?
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming back for a round 2, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. Like,
consider how many games that we fucking charged through trying to find something we would actually continue playing. You know, I think it's really fascinating to me that this game was compared to Zelda at the time, because I don't really think there's anything that similar to Zelda about it, other than that it is a 3D, you know, like, roaming adventure game. And, like, at the time, that would have been very novel.
Yeah, I guess when you take the time into consideration, you know.
Yeah, yeah, all that would have existed of this nature. What year did this come out?
99 originally.
Yeah, so it would have been like you had, you know, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and like maybe a handful of games that copied their formulas, but like this type of game is now like, well, in the 2000s it was like the main type of game.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, all the other games we've played on this show basically are somewhat similar to this. In as much as Zelda is. But this feels like a lot more level-based. Like, it's not so much like an open world. I mean, you can go anywhere, I guess.
I mean,
but
it is pretty open world. Like, I just went back to the beginning of the game to get here. And, like, you get abilities. It's kind of Metroid-y almost in a way. Because, like, you have to get new abilities that open up new paths. So it's kind of...
Do you think that if this came out today, it would be compared to Dark Souls?
I mean, I haven't played Dark Souls, really,
well,
so I can't...
That's true.
You'd have a better answer to that than me.
Well, then my answer is yes.
Right.
It also kind of reminds me of, like, the 3D Castlevania games. Which I've heard that I didn't know this, that apparently the Castlevania games on PS2 are supposed to be good. Did you know that?
I thought they were, like, mediocre.
I thought that, like, everything... all the 3D Castlevania games had been panned, but like someone was saying that they really wanted us to play like the Castlevania PS2 games, and then I looked it up and they got pretty okay scores. And I was like, what the fuck?
All right, well,
I thought they were all supposed to be like Castlevania 64 or fucking Lords of Shadow, or they just like painful.
See, like not. Oh, I did not want to fall into water. That was not my plan. Well, fuck.
Do you guys like city builders? I feel like it's the kind of game that'd be perfect for a comfy stream, especially for Digi to talk over, since it's easy to just get into a flow of checking things and reacting appropriately. I've never played a city builder. Have you?
No, I'm not. That's not really my kind of game. But
I've never really played any sim games.
I mean, if you're obsessed with city planning, I feel like that'd be something you'd be into, right?
I was going to buy Cities Skylines for that purpose, but I never ended up doing it. Oh, hi, Mark. Did you ever play any city builders?
Not city builders. Did play all the Tycoon games.
The Tycoon
Fuck
games?
you.
Yeah, I never played those either.
I even played Moon Tycoon.
Moon Tycoon?
What the hell is that?
Make a fucking moon colony. So it's kind of like a city planning.
Interesting. There's a PS1 emulator that fixes the wonkiness. I'm interested.
Well, the reason that it does the wonkiness is that the original PlayStation hardware, the vertices that make up polygons, the hardware could only snap them to integers.
Yeah.
So it couldn't interpolate between like 2 pixels or whatever on the screen. So it would the ends of the polygons would constantly be snapping from place to place instead of interpolating between like whole numbers.
Right.
And that's what causes the wonkiness.
So it would be easy to fix just by changing the hardware, which is why it's really funny though, because the PS3 emulates the PS1 as it was.
Right.
That's really hilarious.
Well, I think it's because the PS3 has the PS1 hardware built in.
Right.
So it's not emulating it, it's just running it on the PS1 chip. Because that's why...
why did they do that exactly? Just for the sake of backwards compatibility?
Yeah, I mean, the original launch PS3s had the Emotion Engine from the PS2 built in as well. They took it out to cut costs, because the thing was so fucking expensive. That's why the new ones don't do a PS2 emulation anymore.
I didn't know that they ever had PS2 capabilities in the PS3.
Yours might, depending on how old it is. How big's the hard drive in it?
I mean, mine is a big fat guy, but I didn't get it at like launch or anything.
I know for a while some of them could, like, the 40 and 80 gigs had emulation of PS2 games, and it wasn't as good. The 20 and 60 gigs at launch, those had the chip built in.
Damn.
Alright, these things are kicking my ass. And what sucks is, the thing I don't like about this game, and I didn't like the first time I played it, is once you get the Soul Reaver, you only have it when you have full life. So you get hit once, your good weapon is gone. And then you're back to, like, scavenging the land. Because none of the enemies can be killed just by attacking them. You have to find some environment thing to kill them with.
Right.
Which is a little, I don't want to say gay, but kind of gay. Because I can't kill these guys, and they hit me for, like, a lot.
Now you can throw them up on those spikes, right?
I can, but I gotta, like, maneuver them, and there's 2 of them right now.
Fuero Dandy says, I'm too old to understand. How do I donate money? If you just want to straight donate money, just go
to the PayPal link in the info.
Right underneath the stream, there is a thing that says donate, and that is just a straight up PayPal donation made to us directly. Because I don't know how bits work either, so I couldn't even guide you through it if I wanted to.
Ugh, got me.
Was it like when all FPS were called Doom clones, even if they were quite different? I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah, as Heliac says, for one thing, you can jump in this game, which you cannot do in Ocarina of Time. Like, there's a huge platforming element. Yeah, I would say this game's not that similar to Zelda when you really think about it. It's more like a God of War kind of game.
God of War before God of War.
Remember Light God of War Butt?
Light God of War Butt?
That was a thing that, like... Yahtzee for a while was calling this one genre of games like God of War but then eventually it just became there were so many games like that it didn't mean anything anymore. Like Darkstalkers was like God of War but
you mean not Darkstalkers, fucking
Darksiders.
Darksiders. Darkstalkers is a fighting game.
No, then Darkstalkers. Wait, which one am I?
Darkstalkers is the fighting game. Darksiders is the
Darksiders.
Fuck me in the ass.
Fucking what was that fucking one based on Dante's Inferno? And like Bayonetta at the time he had called that. Even though he
kind
said
of insult to Bayonetta.
Well, he said like God of War but, or I suppose it's more like Devil May Cry but.
There you go.
But then again, God of War was already like Devil May Cry but, so something like that.
I can't.
Jalen Harris gave us $1, said, did you bring back Manga Mondays? You don't update your manga list, so I don't have anywhere to get manga recommendations from people's taste I trust. That's because I haven't read any manga! I literally don't think I've read any manga since the end of Manga Monday.
Should. Do as I say, not as I do, because I don't. Alright, can I just, like, go through the door? This is fucking gay. Get out of here.
I'm collecting bits. I'm watching a bunch of items.
Oh yeah.
So then I can give you the money.
Do you have? So you? So I thought you said you needed to have like a.
No, I guess you can do it now.
Okay.
You didn't let me do it before.
This is where it came from, isn't it? Yep. All that time just to get back to where I started. Well.
How much do they actually get? I mean, if you donate bits, bits are like 1 bit is 1 cent.
Yeah.
If you donate through the PayPal link, you're just giving us money. There is no what do we get. We're just getting your money from PayPal because that's
Correct.
how PayPal normally works. If you do a Twitch subscription, I don't know. I don't know what we get from a Twitch subscription. I think we get I think we get most of it.
I'm not sure.
I think Twitch just takes like 10% or something like that.
I feel like they'd probably take more, but I'm not sure.
I don't think so, because we usually make what looks like $5 a subscription in our thing. Fuck. Have you played Devu's game?
I did play a bit of it. I'm not done. I'm about halfway done. I like it.
I haven't played it yet. What's it like?
It's very chill. The whole concept of the game is that you just go around and click on the environment.
Right.
And you just read flavor text. It's
Figured it was that kind of game. So it's just like an adventure game, basically.
Yeah. It's good shit. Nothing really to complain about.
You said good shit right when I read the phrase good shit on the screen. Describing Age of Mythology.
Oh yeah, that game was like pretty highly praised back in the day. Alright, these guys fucking wreck me. And there's just, usually when you get to these fights, there's like, you know, like weapons around that you can pick up, and there's nothing here. You just gotta stun them and run. Unless you have the fucking Soul Reaver, which I don't, because I don't have full health. And this looks like a dead end, question mark? Fuck me.
What new games coming out in the next few months are you hyped for / will cover on the stream? I have no idea what's coming out. We're probably going to play the new Spyro remaster because we had been talking about doing that and I didn't realize it was already out. But we should do that like soon.
Yeah. Get on that hype.
Jalen Harris has ascended so much that his badge looks like Simon's mask at the end of Gurren Lagann. I think we can actually make unique badges for people.
That wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot we can probably do that we just don't know about because we're retarded.
Yeah.
There's gotta be... Ah, fuck me in the ass.
Why did you drop Zombieland Saga? It went so far downhill so fast.
Did it really?
Oh my god. Like, the first 2 episodes were really great, because they were really funny and snappy, and they had lots of, like, incisive commentary about the industry, and then episodes 3 and 4 were just nothing. It was, like, apparently the first 2 episodes were, like, written by, like one guy, and the other stuff's not, and that has a lot to do with it, but, like, it's amazing how quickly it just became, like, utterly vapid and boring and, like, nonsensical and unfunny and flanderized and, like...
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Hey Digi, why was the last song on Gay and Dead such a drastic shift from gay dead boy to sad gay dead boy? From gay dead boy to sad gay dead boy. Gay dead boy to sad gay dead boy?
Sounds like you just got sad at the end.
Like a sad gay boy. I don't know what the fuck you're asking. Didn't you get Dead Dead Demon gifted, Digi? Read it. I'm sure I will one day. Now that you're partnered, you get most of the subscription. When you were partnered, well, when you were associated, when you're affiliated, it was only half.
Well,
damn, I didn't realize we were making that little because it seemed like we were making a lot for that stuff.
Fucking bastards.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to you guys, now we're getting all the cash. I don't know where to go.
Weirdly shaped / displayed life bars are a thing I miss from older games.
Yeah, this and Shinobi have great life UIs.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a weapon over there. I'm saved.
Digi, you bought the Wii U and all the games. Any plans on playing those on here? Not in particular. I mean, right now we're kind of in a set, like, we got a schedule. We're kind of in a set groove of, like, it's Soul Reaver, Chrono Cross, and Friday party streams. Like, I'm working on a big-ass Tales of Fantasia video. So, you know, I'm not trying to think that far into the future, basically. The possibilities are endless. Did you ever play Hollow Knight? Only for like a couple hours.
Why am I so retarded?
Do you prefer physical or digital when it comes to manga? Physical every time.
I can't go that way yet. That's the climbing.
Okay,
tower.
legit, no meme question. Should I read Homestuck and what should I expect? Yes, and you should expect everything, because it basically is everything. Expect to spend, like, at minimum 2 weeks of almost constant reading to get through. Yeah. That's about all I could say. I personally think it's an absolute masterpiece. One of the greatest things ever created. So, I haven't read it in like a long time though. I feel like the short videos on the I Am Games channel need some more Mark Brown / Nerdwriter flashy editing to make them A, more popular with that crowd, which I think you could create a niche for, and B, for it not to feel wasteful that you guys dedicate so much time to a game that you're only going to make a short vid about. That sounds like it would be more wasteful. There are shitloads of channels with editing like that are tiny and don't go anywhere, because the reality is that, like, Nerdwriter had an insane influence over, like, video analysis on the internet, and he made everyone think that all you have to do is churn out short videos with that particular editing style. But, like, if you don't have personality or talk about interesting things or do a good job with your marketing, then you're just not going to make it anywhere. The fact that our Shinobi video got, like, 12K views without that is, like, kind of astonishing, and, like, it just goes to show how much it doesn't matter. Because I know 12K probably doesn't seem like a lot to people who follow, like, who look at it from, like, a YouTuber perspective. Like, I follow a lot of YouTubers who are big, and I know how much, like, compared to the average startup channel, it is a fucking lot. And it, like, I can find you a shitload of gaming channels that try to be Mark Brown 2.0 and have utterly failed. So, like, yeah, I don't think there's any need to have, like, expensive looking editing. I really don't think the audience gives that much of a fuck about it. Like, you know, I also hate it, so there's also that. I think it's gaudy and retarded, and makes me think that the person doesn't have the creativity to make something that people would want to watch unless it was shiny. Anyway. What color is the wall in the background? Yellow. Pure yellow.
Oh no, not this conversation again. Oh man, it was so funny. Jesse was on the PCP this episode that we just recorded. And we got to a point where we were talking about this, like, real life friends and shit, and just how, like, man, I hate how people on the internet, like, hold what you said from a million years ago like, as gospel. Like, there's so many things that I've said that I just would walk back, like, completely now, and I was so tempted to be like, so the videos were yellow, right? But
you would have gotten literally murdered.
I know. I held my tongue, but it would have been so good. It would have been so fucking good.
Oh boy.
Jesse, if you're watching right now, I'm sorry. I can't control my brain. I can only control my mouth.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got it off your chest.
It was just too good not to fucking...
not to bring up ever.
It'll be more... It'll make more sense.
Is he on, like, the whole episode in the next one or something? Like...
No, what happened is that he came in, like, almost immediately after the episode started, but didn't record for the first half an hour because he thought we were just in a meeting. So I was the editor, so I had to go and, like, edit out everything he said for the first half an hour and try and salvage it and then put him back in later when he actually started recording.
But he is there for most of it.
He's there for, like, Yeah, for like I'd say 70% of the episode.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a real boy again. He's back. Don't hold him to it, but for now, it's like 2 episodes in a row. I really don't know where the fuck to go.
I guess he's just been bored.
I mean,
because he does listen into the show like pretty often.
Yeah.
And he definitely said he was like enjoying it a lot more ever since we went topicless and like less gay.
Ugh. This is miserable. Not
It's really weird. I feel like I've been hearing this sentiment here and there, like regarding the PCP as like a diminishing or dying podcast, but it doesn't seem that way in any way to me. Like statistically, like the view counts are fine. We still make a lot on Patreon. It's more fun to do. No one seems to have a real problem with doing it or with the show. Like we still have episodes that people listen to and they're like, oh, this is one of the best episodes. So I'm just like, where is this concept coming from some people that it's like a failing show?
I don't know.
It's really strange.
I can't, what? I can't go through these? That looks just like a pass-throughable game. Are you fucking joking right now? I just wasted my time? Oh, you fucking whore! Well, I just succumbed to, old graphics syndrome. What I assumed was a pass-throughable gate was just a shitty texture.
Did you recommend me some good porn? Anything but Futanari shit. Well, like if you want anime, just go watch the Polinic Girls Attack. That's always what I recommend to everybody because it's so fucking good and easy. It's very fun, very easy to watch, great animation and character designs. I think pretty much everybody would enjoy it. Digi and Mark, are you caught up on Berserk? If you aren't, Chapter 355 is the biggest common existence. I am definitely not. Mark was reading some of it earlier.
Chapter 235.
235? Well, there's a long way to go. I have no idea what chapter I was on.
I think I'm one chapter behind. So yeah, I gotta read the newest chapter. Come on. It looks like a way to go. Oh, God.
Why have Tom and Digi not eaten any Doritos on stream for the past 4 weeks? Because
Doritos
Tom is on the keto diet and he can't eat Doritos.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't eat Doritos either.
Yeah, I'm now on a regular diet.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
I got fat.
I mean, that's what happens when you have nothing but Mountain Dew.
That's why I'm drinking a fucking apple cider right now.
I mean, there's still a lot of sugar in that.
Yeah, well, it's in the fridge, and I didn't have anything else to drink.
Baby steps, I guess.
There is a lot of sugar in this, Jesus Christ. Well, I need
want to lose
something
15
to replace.
pounds in 1 month, go keto.
Did you lose 15 pounds?
I did.
I'm not going fucking keto. It's ludicrous. I don't need to lose 15 pounds in 1 month that way.
I don't know. Worked for me. Feels good. Alright, so I came in here. Now there's just fucking nothing. Oh, wait. Did I speak too soon? Alright. I want a weapon. No, oh, cutscene time.
The Deltarune episode was legitimately one of the best. I really enjoyed it, but then I read the comments and a bunch of people were shitting on me and I realized I really hate the PCP fanbase and I hope they all die.
Oh. They just don't like your opinions.
Yeah, but it was all like, wow, Digi's a fucking moron. And it's like, great. 3.5 hour podcast and this was your takeaway. Great. Fucking kill yourself.
Well, we all get that at some point. Alright, I'm assuming it probably just told me what to do, and I can't hear anything in the game, so...
Oh yeah, I said in the chat that we were going to talk about the possibilities of an I Am Games Patreon on this podcast.
Ah, we did.
Someone reminded me, whose name already went off the screen. Yeah, we should talk about it, because it seems like a good idea. People seem to be kind of passionate about the show, and I don't know if it would take too much away from our own Patreons, but like...
I certainly hope not.
But we have a lot of ideas for like gimmicks we could do, such as like a really high tier one would be a t-shirt of the month club where basically every month we'll send you like whatever new T-shirt design we come up with as like a limited run. I think that would probably have to be like $50 or something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
something substantial.
because the thing about patron rewards is that, like, the whole conceit of it, of being a patron, is that you are paying us to make the content. And so, if we offer something extra, then it has to be, like, substantially more than the cost of producing that thing, you know?
I just came all the way back to where I was stuck before. It was a loop. This sucks my cock. This is gay. This
game could
shit.
definitely have used a lot more, like, distinguishing, like, landmarks.
Yeah, it's very samey. I think they probably did that because they didn't want any loading, so they're probably reusing a lot of geometry and stuff to keep the load times down. I think I might even be in the wrong place, because a lot of the areas here require the climbing ability, which I do not have. Like that texture right there, that means you climb up it. For some reason, I need to beat a boss and absorb a soul to learn how to climb. One of those early 2000s game things that just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Let's see what that was. 55 cents from Jalen Harris. Where did Very Clean come from? Also, Tazzlespa just subscribed with Twitch Prime.
Yeah, 100% of that goes to my fucking wallet.
I don't think I saw the Oh, there's Izumi. There we go.
I was gonna say it didn't work.
She's kind of overlapped with the text right now.
Oh, because I didn't move that. That's right.
But
everything kind of got shuffled around a little bit.
Yeah, so it's all good. That was a set 2 months in a row for Tazzlespa.
Hell yeah.
As for where did Very Clean come from, it comes from the Eric Andre show. There's a part where in one of the ranch bits, he sits next to this guy on a bench and he's just like ranting at the guy, and the guy's not saying anything, so he just stares at him for a second and he goes, "Very clean," and then skateboards off or whatever. And me and my buddies used to watch those Eric Andre Ranch It Up bits over and over and over again and quote them constantly. I gotta figure out where I was in the chat now. Digi, that is the worst hentai. What the fuck, dude? You're fucking lying. Right, we were talking about the Patreon possibilities. Wasn't there something else I had thought of other than the t-shirts idea that was good?
Yeah, we had thought of a couple good ideas, and now this was a couple weeks ago? Question mark. It was a while. I don't exactly recall everything.
But not Patreon unless there were good rewards or a consistent upload schedule. It wouldn't strictly be a Patreon for the YouTube channel. It would be for the entire I Am Games empire, but I guess I could see why that would be your concern.
I mean, if we wanted to have a consistent upload schedule on our YouTube channel...
Robert Floyd TV says, the idea of an I Am Games Patreon is fucking gay as fuck. Well...
clarify.
Yeah, why?
What's gay about it? I mean, you can just say that, but that doesn't help us at all. We need to know why that's the case.
You gave Barakamon a 10 out of 10, but you dropped the anime. Why didn't the anime work for you? I think that you may have your shows confused, because Barakamon is not Bakuman. And the Bakuman anime is just not good. In the latest Digi in May, you complained about people in the PCP offhandedly dismissing your more out there ideas. I'd be interested in hearing Tom and Mark's response to that rant. Personally, I agree with most of your ideas until you start talking about programming.
Programming?
What?
I don't know what he's referring to.
I also don't know what he means by high ideas, because I haven't been high in like fucking half a year.
I would assume it's talking about things, you know, from...
Just weird, crazy
in general, yeah. And also probably referring to actual ideas from before.
Possibly.
Now.
It's also funny that he wants to hear Mark's take on that, because it was in a Pokemon Coliseum episode.
That was with May, though. Was Mark in that episode, too?
Mark wasn't in the episode, but...
Was Mark just sitting... Was Mark sit off camera on all the productions in this household, not just I Am Games?
Very possible.
Yeah. I don't keep tabs on Mark all the time, so... that would be gay. And I'm only a little gay. I'm just going in circles right now.
Thoughts on sheep over being pregnant? I assume that's not true.
Yeah, hilarious.
I
don't think I need to be here. I think I need to go. I need to go away. I need to leave this area.
Making a Patreon is a good idea. I don't see how it could hurt. Agree.
That was kind of my thought process. But, you know, I'm not
Tom
viewers.
and Digi, opinions on Detective Pikachu. I mean, I made a whole reaction video to the trailer. How do you feel about Detective Pikachu? Did you see the trailer?
I did. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, Digi's going to have words about this.
What did you think?
It looks weird.
Yeah, I mean, that's like how is that not obvious, the thing to think, right?
Yeah, like, the more I watched it and the more I see, like, Pikachu's okay. Like, Pikachu's design's kind of growing on me.
Yeah, I don't mind his design.
Jigglypuff looks like shit.
Charizard looks like shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it seems, the story-wise, it seems pretty much the same as the story from the game. Like, it's the exact same premise. So, I guess it's a faithful story adaptation, which is surprising.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it just looks weird. And, like, why Detective Pikachu? If you have the Pokemon license, why not make an actual Pokemon movie that would resonate with everybody?
I mean, they did make a Detective Pikachu game.
They did, for the 3DS.
Yeah, it's definitely weird as fuck. I just, like, I look at it and all I see is that it looks like typical Hollywood schlocky YA, you know, bullshit. Like, it just looks like any movie to me that just happens to have Pokemon, but half of them look fucked, you know? So it's like, in my mind, there's almost no connection to Pokemon when I look at this movie. Like, the only meaningful connection is that the designs are based off of Pokemon designs. But, like, in any other way, how is it even really a Pokemon movie, you know? It's just really strange that people... Like, I mean, looking at the movie, I was just kind of like, whatever. Looks like an average movie, and by average, I mean shitty. But, like, there's lots of people who are, like, really hype about it, and are like, oh, it looks great. I'm like, what about this trailer did you think looked great? I can understand thinking it doesn't look bad. I can understand being like, oh, that's passable, or I'm okay with it. But, like, what about it looks great?
I think it's just hyperbole, dude.
I guess so.
Alright, this is a dead-end room. Why does this exist? Why did you bring me here? Okay.
Gary Tard says, most people are much less likely to Patreon a brand that mostly consists of Twitch streams since you can already subscribe or give bits to support the channel. I would only Patreon for substantial YouTube uploads, otherwise I could just sub on Twitch. I guess that's fair to assume that people would sub on Twitch, but, like, Twitch does not offer any kind of structure for us to even offer rewards.
Does it? Maybe it does. I don't know enough about Twitch to say that definitively.
There's nothing in the back room that would suggest that. Like, I've explored the Twitch dashboard to the fullest extent that I could, and it really is fucking, like, weirdly incoherent and doesn't really give you much information, but there doesn't seem to be basically anything you can do. Like, the most that you get for subscriptions is fucking little emotes that you can post in other Twitch chats.
For some reason, people are big into those.
People are big into it if they happen to be big Twitch users, but I think that, like, there's a substantial part of our live stream audience that isn't even into Twitch. They just want to watch our streams, you know? And like, yeah, there's also the YouTube channel. There's also just like the Discord and the general culture we're trying to build out of it.
Well, here's a question then. Chat, viewers in general.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part of the I Am Games endeavor? Would it be the YouTube videos? Is it this stream? Is it just like the general community and like interactions on the Discord? Because there's a lot of that going on too. What is it that is like your primary draw to this shit in general? Because like if people like the Twitch more than the YouTube channel, then we should double down on Twitch and the YouTube secondary. But if it's the other way around, we should probably work on getting weekly uploads and the streams can take the backseat.
Keyblade says, I've been thinking about sending the audio of you shitting on Mumkey and Asterios from last Thursday in a voicemail to the Dick Show. First of all, why? Second of all, please don't. And third of all, it doesn't matter, they won't play it. But, that's weird that you even want to do that.
Stirring the pot, I suppose.
I don't even know what that would do to stir the pot, but... Hot take, Persona is Pokemon for teens, Shin Megami Tensei is Pokemon for adults. Pretty much. I think I made that take myself on this stream before. Months ago. Oh yeah, fucking Jeff made a video about how Detective Pikachu is going to be the best video game movie. Or finally a good video game movie. Based on the trailer.
I don't know.
Why?
Mean, it's faithful to the game.
In what way?
The story's exactly the same.
There was no Detective Pikachu. Oh, you mean in the game, the Detective Pikachu game?
Yeah, the game's plot is exactly the same. You're a kid, your dad went missing, and he was a detective. You're the only one who can understand Pikachu. And
that makes it a good movie?
I mean, I'm not agreeing with Jeff. I'm just saying, like, maybe that's his perspective.
Oh, there's no argument to be made that on the basis of a trailer, you could just say it's going to be the first good... First of all, there have been good video game movies, right?
I don't know. I don't usually watch video game movies. I usually just want to play the game.
I mean, the Silent Hill movie wasn't bad.
There's a Silent Hill movie?
There's 2 Silent Hill movies.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the first one's like...
Are they Uwe Boll movies? Like, who the fuck made a Silent Hill film?
No, the first one's actually okay. The second one, though, is like a clusterfuck.
Why did I pick up this rock instead of hitting it
I mean,
with
neither
my sword?
one is very Silent Hill-esque, but, I'm looking up video game movies right now. If I find one that's really good, I'm gonna fucking...
Angry Birds.
I'm gonna fucking counter suit.
That's like not even...
Yeah, Angry Birds was apparently, was
that's
fairly
not even a
well
meme.
rated.
That's like pretty true. That's...
Dude, Mortal Kombat. The fucking original Mortal Kombat movie is fucking my whole childhood.
Did that age well? I've literally only seen it when I was a wee lad.
I'll tell you what, the first one ages okay, the second one is really bad. And when I was a kid, the second one was my favorite, because it had Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. That fight is almost unwatchable. The choreography is really bad.
Well...
The sets are all, like, clearly made of plastic.
God, this sucks.
What about Resident Evil? Have you seen
I've seen the first Resident Evil back when I was, like, a little kid. So I'm looking at the Wikipedia page of films based on video games, and it's certainly true that all of them have abysmal Rotten Tomatoes scores. Like, not a single one. Although Angry Birds isn't listed on here. Although, that must be in the animated section. Okay, so, like, animated ones... Okay, but they gave Pokemon the first movie only has, like, a 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. That movie's a masterpiece. So, you know. And Pokemon 2000 only has, like, a 15%.
You know what? That's a good point.
Of course.
I don't think that fucking this movie is going to be better than the actual animated Pokemon movies. So, like...
No, certainly not.
I mean, unless you're saying it's going to be the best Hollywood video game movie. I mean, that narrows the field a lot, I suppose.
Here's a list of all the ones that exist. You got Mario Bros, Double Dragon, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Wing Commander, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, the second Lara Croft Tomb Raider movie, House of the Dead, Resident Evil Apocalypse, Alone in the Dark. That was the Uwe Boll. That's a 1% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ouch.
Doom,
The 1% was Uwe Boll himself.
Doom, Blood Rain, Silent Hill, Dead or Alive, Postal, Resident Evil Extinction, Hitman, In the Name of the King, A Dungeon Siege Tale. That's another Uwe Boll one. Far Cry, Max Payne, Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li, Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, Tekken, Resident Evil Afterlife, Resident Evil Retribution, Silent Hill Revelation, Need for Speed, Hitman Agent 47, Warcraft. I thought that Warcraft movie had been like pretty well reviewed, but it's got like a 28% on
I liked Warcraft.
Rotten Tomatoes. I thought that movie was like considered pretty good.
Well,
I didn't realize it was like critically panned.
Hollywood is gay.
Assassin's Creed, Resident Evil Final Chapter, Tomb Raider, Rampage, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, Sonic the Hedgehog's coming.
I am
coming next November.
So ready for that.
And I guess they're making a Monster Hunter movie as well.
Oh my god, have you seen the leaked screenshots for it?
No.
There's like tanks and military and stuff.
What the fuck? Why?
Okay, so people are freaking out being like, this is like a complete bastardization. But then apparently the plot of the movie is that military people from our reality get sucked into the Monster Hunter world.
Oh. So it's Gate.
I guess so.
So
putting the gay in
I'm
Gate.
looking at Rampage, which has a 53%, which is like the highest of any of these. And I really want to see that movie because it's a Rampage movie. That movie had a $426 million budget for a fucking Rampage movie. What were they thinking? I mean, I guess it's got The Rock and just anything.
I mean,
The Rock
400 million of that 426 million probably was The Rock's salary.
Oh, no, wait, that was the box office. Never mind. Okay. God damn, it made $500 million? I thought that was the budget. I was like, what the No, it was a $120 million budget. Well, it made a shitload of money. I guess because The Rock is in it. So there you go. None of the other ones, like, made nearly that much. Wow. Except Warcraft. Warcraft actually made a lot of money.
Where do I go from here?
Alright, well now I got plenty of Twitch I can catch up on since I was
No,
studying
fuck
video
dicks,
game
cocks,
movies for a while.
balls. I am straight up stuck, man. I have no clue where a game wants me to go from here. Everywhere is just a fucking, oh my god. Everywhere is a dead end.
Thoughts on Tyler the Creator doing the soundtrack for the Grinch movie? Is that real? I saw that he like did a Grinch song on YouTube. I just thought he was like rapping over a song from the Grinch movie or something. Isn't that movie already out too? Like,
Yeah.
if Tyler the Creator actually did the whole soundtrack of that movie, I will probably see that movie. I would be too curious.
It's been panned as far as I'm aware.
Every movie gets panned. Like 90% of movies are like.
Pretty much everybody's response to your question about which part of the experience do you enjoy the most is, why would you ask that during the stream? Because everyone here is going to be people who care about the stream.
Right, but I mean, you could maybe care about the videos more. I don't know. I'm assuming you don't just participate in one aspect of it and that's it.
I like both. The videos are interesting and the streams are like chill podcasts that you can listen to get even more of your guys' opinions. Instead of Patreon, have you considered making a Kickstarter like Innuendo Studios did to fund his old videos? You could build up a list of videos you want to make, then kickstart a lot of them in one go. It might work considering your positive track record with successful Kickstarters. What positive track record with successful Kickstarters? Do you have a positive track record with successful Kickstarters?
I'm assuming he's talking about Radcons. In Radcon 2 with the rewards that are still yet to be fulfilled.
Radcon 3 is still, or Radcon 2 rather. Both of them still have unfulfilled stuff. I mean, Radcon 3 is at least close to being, like, done. There still TBAP hasn't come out yet. Fucking...
Can I open this door?
I guess TBAP was the only, like, promised content that hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, and, I mean, considering it's a Nate project, is anyone really surprised it's taking a million years?
I think it's a Ben project. Either way.
I mean, it's both.
Yeah, I think Ben's editing it, though.
Oh. How unfortunate.
El Mal Sweet, I entered the stream at shit Jeff o'clock. Perfect timing, or shit on Jeff o'clock, rather. Yeah.
I am confused.
Jalen Harris says, I don't see what you saw in Jeff to want to involve yourself with him in the first place. His content was never good. I thought his old What's in an OP videos are fun. They were all impressive to me because I don't really pay much attention to anime OPs for the most part, because like I don't usually care for the music unless it's like something really experimental, and I never give that much thought to the videos. So like a lot of the times I legitimately was like, wow, I can't believe they put that much thought into the OP. That's I don't know why I didn't think about it, you know. When is Tom making a Newgrounds style porn game?
I don't know. Maybe when I learn how to do good high poly modeling, I'll do that. Gary
Tard says, I prefer your videos, but I haven't really checked many of your streams. Do you guys have a streaming schedule? I find that I can only get into Twitch streamers when they stream on a schedule. We have had a schedule for quite some time. You can find it on our Twitter, or once the stream goes down, it will just be on screen.
It's also in the Discord.
It's also mentioned in every video on the channel.
Yeah.
We always say at the end, we stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern and Fridays at midnight. So I don't know how you missed that, but,
you know.
His name is Gary Tard, so just
ouch.
Play it.
Savage. Straight savage.
He put it in his name. I didn't do that.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, but... I'm just going all the places I've been before that all have dead ends, and being upset. That's what this game's devolved into.
Jeff said that the animated Pokemon movies suck. Jeff sucks. If you don't like Pokemon 2000, you're a little bitch and a little bitch and a little bitch.
I'm actually interested into why you would say that. Like, they're not masterpieces, but as Pokemon media, they're fucking great.
Yeah.
Mewtwo was the original anti-SJW.
I feel like he's doing as so many people do, where they have to throw something under the bus to prop up something new. You know? Like, you see this all the time where, like, kind of like with what Jesse was saying about the new God of War, where it was like everyone's acting like the old God of Wars had no fucking plot, because the new one, they want to say how good the new one is, even though the old ones were like known for the exceptional storytelling, you know? It was kind of the point of God of War 1 was the story.
Yeah. Everyone's gay.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned in this world.
Sonic CD is debatably one of the best game OPs. Agreed. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. Are you familiar with that?
Hell yeah.
Did you have the Sonic Mega Collection?
I did for a while, yeah.
Because they had that in there, and me and my brother would watch it like all the fucking time.
It was great. I wish the actual 3D Sonic games made Sonic look like that, and not the way they actually do. Once again, I have reached the place that I can't pass. Oh, God.
Have I ever thought about reviewing the Sonic OVA? I haven't, but I did watch it a lot of times as a kid, and
Same.
I remember it being great.
God damn it, it's another place I need to climb. Where the fuck do I get this climb power? It's everywhere. Who gay as fuck?
Hey Tom, look a walkthrough. This is a dumb idea, but maybe.
Huh? Look at a walkthrough for this?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cheating, dude.
Let me know if you want me to look one up. I did not realize the T-Bap revival was serious. I sincerely thought Ben and Nate were joking. I mean, it was a actual Kickstarter reward.
It's funny that you say that, because there was a whole debacle about how they wanted like an exorbitant amount of the Kickstarter money to put towards that project, and all of us were confused as to why. Like, oh, but it's like everyone paid all this extra money assuming we were going to do something huge with this. I'm like, are you guys trying to Jew us out of like a grand? He wanted like a grand to make a T-BAP episode, and I'm like,
really stupid.
Get actually fucked, Nate. Like, there's no way. Like,
they didn't.
You can't make something worth $1,000 regardless if it's T-BAP or not.
Yeah.
Being straight up right now. And then that's not a disc. I can't either. None of us can.
Win Super 1 subscribed with the Tier 1 sub for 2 months in a row.
Yeah.
With the statement, I am games.
I mean, I hope so if you're here. We're teaching everyone well.
Great question, Secret Anime Police. Where does the little bitch meme come from? It comes from one of the greatest videos ever on Jesse's channel called the top 10 games of 2014. And he had almost taken this down, but I demanded him put it back up because it's one of my favorite videos I've ever been in. And it's a New Year's video where basically it was New Year's Eve 2015. New Year's Day by this point. I was shit-faced because I had been drinking champagne. I drank like 3 bottles of champagne that night. And it was me and Jesse and his friend the Cinemasochist all got into a call together. And Cinemasochist was like doing cocaine like in the call with us. And at the beginning, Jesse was drunk, so he had just called me because he was drunk and wanted to just talk or whatever. And then he was talking about the possibility of doing a top 10 games of the year video, but where none of the games were actually from 2014. And I was like, fuck it, dude, do it right now. We'll just fucking turn on our recordings and go for it. So he just starts recording himself, with us just coming through the speakers on Skype. And he's already starting to sober up, but me and Cinemasochist are getting progressively more fucked, and so we are just screaming rants over him throughout this whole video. And he edited it extensively and put all this hilarious shit on the screen. It's a great video, but there's a part where Cinemasochist says, because one of the games that Jesse picks is Shinobi 3, and as soon as he says Shinobi 3, he starts freaking out, and he goes, if you haven't beaten Shinobi 3 at least 3 times by the time you're 6 years old, then you're a little bitch, and a little bitch, and a little bitch. And I think he says it again later in the video, and we were quoting it all the time. There should be a PCP calendar. I am games, Nate's Nuzlocke, Ben streams. The PCP, there is a lot going on every week.
You don't need it. You just need the I Am Games calendar because it's more important than everything else.
Yeah, I thought he was saying that we were just we should make a calendar for the year with PCP, that might be fun actually.
That'll be one of our rewards.
'Tis the season if we wanted to get that off the ground. For 2019. When's the last time you watched Pokemon 2000? A year ago when I did the Pokemon. I don't know if you remember, but me and May reviewed the first 7 Pokemon movies. Was it 6 or 7 that we covered on Digibro After Dark?
I like how Mark knows everything you guys do.
7. So we watched the Rick Plaza movie with Munchlax, and you were like, oh, this is gonna be good, this is gonna be good, and we watched it.
So that was number 7. Yeah. Basically, the first movie is pretty good. The second movie is really fun. And then after that, it's just this slow descent into mediocrity that
the 3rd and 5th movie are fine.
3rd and 5th are watchable, and they're fine. But number 4 and number 6 are fucking abysmal and unwatchable.
Which one's number 4?
4 is fucking
and
Pokemon Forever.
Celebrity.
Never saw that one.
It's not. You don't bother. I don't get how he lost his lower jaw. It was still attached when he fell in the water. Where did it go?
I mean, he lost a lot. He's, his organs, he's just a spine up under his rib cage. The jaw's gone. He's taken some damage. It just looks cool. It's a very early 2000s edgy design. Just roll with it. I mean, the real question is, how does he talk if he doesn't have a lower jaw?
Yeah.
We just don't know. He speaks with perfect enunciation, too.
Gary Tard says, I looked in the description of your channel and it wasn't there. Same for YouTube. First, I've watched one of the streams for more than like 20 minutes. Yeah, I guess we should put it in the description. I mean, the thing about on Twitch is that most people put their well, at least from what I've seen, they usually put it just on the stream when it's not going. So, like, that's what we have it set up for. It's like, if we're not streaming, the schedule's on screen, and if we are streaming, then, you know, obviously we're going right now. But,
well, you know, we gotta cater to everybody's tism, so.
Best game OP is Tenchu Z. I'm curious about that.
Dragon Ball Z.
Tom, what's your favorite Pokemon gen in terms of new Pokemon?
In terms of new Pokemon?
I think he just means in terms of what Pokemon are in it. Like, what's your favorite?
I mean, I just like Gen 2 overall. Gen 2 is my favorite gen. I liked the new Pokemon they added. I liked the new mechanics of the game. I loved how it was like a continuation of like a direct continuation of the last one, and you could like observe the impacts your previous character had on the world and how things changed. I liked how the final boss was you from the last game. I thought that was really clever. Yeah, I loved it. I loved Gen 2.
Yeah, that was so... I fucking forgot about that, and that was, like, the sickest shit.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds terrifying.
Show mama.
Oh, is that what it is?
Alright.
Did I just come from over there? I can't even remember where I go. Oh, sweet Christ.
Alright, here we go. I'm gonna read you a review I wrote of Pokemon Silver on December 2nd, 2004 on Game FAQs.
Alright.
Under the name Metal Sonic 700. If anybody wants to read my old game reviews that I wrote in 2004, look for Metal Sonic 700 on Game FAQs. The title of this is The Best Game Boy Game ... ever ... and better than the new Pokemon games.
I mean, you're right.
This is a review for Pokemon Silver for the Game Boy Color. Pokemon is possibly the most expansive series ever, and if you have never heard of it, you obviously don't live in Japan or America. The game itself is a sequel to Pokemon Blue and Red for the Game Boy. Gameplay. Pokemon combines great turn-based RPG action with adventure style. The Pokemon battles are the main attraction. You can capture up to 150 Pokemon, adding insane amounts of variety to the game. You can try to capture every Pokemon along your journey, or you could just train the Pokemon you have already and play through. The sheer amount of Pokemon makes nearly infinite strategies possible. You can have up to 6 Pokemon in your party at one time and can switch them out at will. The Pokemon are all unique and interesting and have a large palette of attacks. Every Pokemon can gain experience and level up, and some can evolve to become stronger. There are also tons of items you can equip to your Pokemon. 10 out of 10. Story. There is quite a bit of story in this game, but there is only one that is particularly notable. You are a young adventurer who wants to become the Pokemon Master. First, you want to collect all 8 badges and beat the Pokemon League. This is not as easy as it sounds. Next, you go back to the place from the first game, but everything has changed. You now have to beat all of the original gym leaders. Once you have collected all the badges, you reach the final area, Mount Silver. Atop this mountain, you fight Red, the hero who you did or did not play as in the first game. 8 out of 10. Graphics. Chances are you don't even remember the original Game Boy, so I will remind you. The graphics are about halfway between the NES and Super Nintendo, but are still good. The movements are fluid, the attacks are cool. The enemies don't really need AI, but they kind of have it. There are glitches sometimes, though. 9 out of 10. Sound. Amazing. Just amazing. The songs are all memorable and will get stuck in your head. The most unique thing is that every last Pokemon has its very own cry. The attacks sound great, the music fits the mood, and there are some cool background things. 9 out of 10. Playtime. This game is long. It's actually infinite. You could spend forever training and raising every last Pokemon. Completing the first badge set plus the Pokemon League takes about 25 hours or so. The second set takes about 10 hours to beat. 10 out of 10. Replayability. That's replayability. 2 different words. As I said, the game is infinite. You could spend forever training, but it would probably get repetitive after too long. Chances are you'll play through the game once or twice. 8 out of 10. Final grade, 9 out of 10. Or as the new rating system says, 4.5, outstanding. There you go. That was would you say you agree with my review of Pokemon Silver that I wrote 14 years ago?
Yeah, the narrative I always felt was really deep and interesting. Of the emotional pathos when Pikachu dies halfway through the game and you have to continue on without him. Very, very powerful. Someday I'll figure out what I'm doing in this game. I remember going here last week, but I don't remember why I stopped.
Jalen Harris gave us $1 and said, Pokemon anime was terrible from the very beginning and only ever got worse. 1 out of 10 proved me wrong. Easily. It's good.
Dude, those first couple episodes were fucking awesome.
Dude, I fucking unironically love the entire original Pokemon series and Black and White and the current one, Sun and Moon. They're all great.
Must find a next boss. This seems like the place to go. This was all about the power I just got, because it's not behind all these gates.
When and why did Mark move in with you? Do you live here, Mark? You're not sure?
No.
Mark's not sure if he lives here.
Alright, this is the Kane fight. So I did the Kane fight. Got the soul.
Have you made any progress in the hour we've been streaming?
Literally none. I just did something.
Far in the eastern mountains, a stifled titan stands in mute surrender, unwilling host to a parasitic swarm.
So you gotta go east.
I don't have a compass. It doesn't help me.
She pointed that way.
This way?
Yeah. No, not that way.
This way.
That way.
I don't,
Seemed like.
I think there's only one door out of here.
Is this whole thing a compass?
I don't think so.
No. She definitely pointed that way, and she said something about going east.
Well, this is unfortunate.
Rojin Z is a shitty movie. Why did you recommend me that, Digi? I don't remember recommending you anything Spicy Salts, but probably because you're a child and you don't understand it.
Oh, fun fact. Do you remember a couple weeks ago when that guy asked us about the autographed shirt?
Yeah.
And we sent it out, and I kept saying, man, like every single day, this dude keeps asking, like,
right.
What?
And then he got it.
Update it. Yeah, he did get it. But he changed his name on Discord today, or a couple days ago. Spicy Salts. All makes sense now.
So it was Spicy Salts.
Correct.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go here. I'm gonna need the game fact because like there's been 2 cutscenes that I haven't heard any of the dialogue, and I'm assuming that's telling me what to do or giving me some sort of clue. And now that I've missed it, I'm totally aimless.
Sounds like every review on Mal. Digi was really ahead of the curve even as a kid. It sounds like Arcana did a game review. Oh shit. But do the boobies make you want to suck on them? Was that from that was from the Astra score, right? when I was reading the like the dipshit reviews on Crunchyroll.
I don't recall.
I think that's from that. What Black and White is terrible? Ash reset as a trainer, and Iris is just a worse Misty who's afraid of ice Pokemon instead of bugs. Hard disagree. First of all, Ash resetting as a trainer is completely irrelevant to me because his development has always been fucking meaningless, and anybody who thinks otherwise is just cucking themselves. And also, Iris is cool. She was voiced by Yuki Aoi, who's like my favorite voice actress, so it's pretty fun to listen to.
I only watch Pokemon dubbed.
Well, that's your fault. I can't tell if this game is insanely boring or if Tom has just been lost for an hour. The latter.
Yeah.
Although that seemed like... I'm pretty sure this is a typical Soul Reaver experience. Like, aside from the fact that other people have said so, this is what it was like when I watched friends play this as a kid.
It is very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Where do I do? What do I do? Where do I go?
Yeah, it's got some bad conveyance going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I found a bunch of places I can go. The problem is I don't have the power up to go there. So there's somewhere else I need to go first. And I'm completely baffled. Alright. So we're just heading to go east, right? Maybe from here. Maybe this is north.
What's your basis for that?
My basis is that this bridge is where you come from, and then you come out here.
Okay.
So I'm assuming...
So that's east, then?
This would be north, right?
Yeah. So you go...
East is nothing. East is a wall. And then I've already gone up there. I've already gone over there. And I've already gone over here. So I've gone everywhere. I'm just a fucking retard, I guess. Yeah, bits for retardation.
Vince McMahon takes off hood, reveals himself to be Spicy Salts. It was me, Austin! You know that clip?
I do.
Is Spicy Salts the amazing 9-year-old? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm watching Kare Kano, and in episode 11, the animation got weird. Do any of you know why? I mean, it gets weird all the time throughout the show, I would think. But, I mean, it's a Gainax show. That's how they go. That dollar was from Jalen Harris saying, switch the game, this is fucking boring. Also, why is metal not showing up? I don't know. I don't know what metals are. So, I cannot help you with
What's
this.
a metal?
I don't know. He's brought it up a bunch of times that his medal isn't showing up, and I don't know what it means.
It'll show you like who's donated the most to the stream, I think.
Oh, I mean, it shows it at the top of the chat for me.
Are the medals not there for you?
I see it. I see him up there with his little Huey icon.
Okay. Oh, this is weird. Everything's weird.
I definitely don't see the appeal of this game at all. I mean, if you had been watching the previous live stream when the game was actually happening, it probably would have seemed more appealing.
Yeah, I mean, there's no appeal to just wandering around.
This has been straight up an hour and 15 minutes of no progress. Tom is just trying to figure out what to do, with no clue what to do. Like, alright, I'm gonna have to consult strategy guide for you.
Yeah. I'm kind of running out of options here.
What was the last thing you, like, accomplished?
The last thing is I beat Kane, and I got the Soul Reaver.
Right. Okay. Let's go check it out. Do you know what the area was called?
No.
Well, I'll just have to Control F King all the way through this document. Of course, his name comes up constantly. Alright, Boss Kane. Silenced Cathedral. To start on your journey to the Silenced Cathedral, you'll want to go back to where you first switched to the material plane at a circle of ruins. To do this easily, just go back to the underworld gateway and follow the path until you come to the planar portal. Do not switch to the material plane, instead phase through the gate that you see. Follow the path until you come to the Silenced Cathedral surrounded by a moat. Go around to the right and ignore the path into the rock by the drawbridge. You'll see a planar portal to switch back to the material plane. Does that make sense?
I was already there.
Okay. So you already did Silenced Cathedral?
No, I don't know if I did what I'm supposed to do there, so now I have to go back.
I'll just keep reading. Now go down that path near the drawbridge and climb the ledges until you come to another warp gate room. This warp gate will be known as Warp Gate 4 Silenced Cathedral. Yes, I know Warp Gate 3 is still unlisted. You'll be going to it shortly. Activate it and go back to the drawbridge of the Silenced Cathedral to see a door with the Soul Reaver design and a hole in the center. Press square when you are near it and you will open the door with the power of the Soul Reaver. You will now see your first Zephonim vampire, more spider than human.
Alright,
These
this is where I
vampires
was
have the
earlier.
ability to climb on walls
the game.
and ceilings, so be careful, you can easily be ambushed. Switch to the spectral plane and phase through the gate. Once inside, go to the right, jump over the gap and switch to the material plane at the planar portal. Jump back over the gap, which is filled with water, and kill the Zephonim vampire. Super jump to the higher level and kill this next vampire. Continue down through the double wooden doors. You are now in a small city with turrets, and you'll see a cutscene showing the entrance to the Silenced Cathedral. Did this happen for you?
Yeah.
Look to the right and see several ledges to serve as stairs to the roof of one of these buildings. Blah, blah, blah.
This is where it was literally an hour ago.
Did you see a Zephonim vampire cocooning a human victim?
No.
Alright, so in the city with turrets, look to the right, see several ledges that serve as stairs to the roof of the buildings. Look to the right to see a path carved in the walls. Jump/glide to it, you'll barely make it, and follow it around to another part of the town. Jump onto the roof of the lower building to your right, super jump to the ledge sticking out of the left part of the building. Again, you should just barely reach it. Jump up to the roof of this building, and you should be facing another building with a balcony and railing. Turn around to see the entrance to the Silenced Cathedral. Jump up the ramp, jump to the ramp and follow it inside where you'll see a Zephonim vampire cocooning a human victim. Jump down and kill him, then super jump to the ledge. Continue with small room with large doors.
Well, I'm not going to remember anything you're saying.
Well, so I guess you got to get back to where you were in a town and you were on the rooftops.
Oh, God. I don't even know how to get back there from here. It's so fucking far.
Well,
oh my God.
It's one of those where the fuck do I go kind of games. Somebody said that, but that's what I was trying to remember how AVGN says it. CC Pop says, I did watch the previous live stream. Well,
I know why this game's called Soul Reaver, because I feel like my soul's being drained from me right now.
We could always ditch this game and pick up fucking Spyro.
Well, let's get back on track first, because I'm not going to go out and buy a video game at 7:22.
Oh, that's right. You like to fucking own physical game.
It'd probably be quicker to go to Walmart, buy the game, and come back than download like a 12 gig file.
Than to find your way back?
No, I mean, it'd be quicker to buy the Spyro than to download Spyro.
I just thought you meant that was all part of the same story, because I assume you will have to install a 20 gig file onto your PlayStation anyway.
I thought the reason they delayed it is to put all the games on disc instead of having to download them.
Oh, is that true?
That was one of the things I remember distinctly hearing.
I don't know, I just assumed that it's a modern video game, so you have to download something.
So, I gotta go back. I gotta go all the way back. I gotta go all the way back, dude. Literally the first thing I did when I booted up this game is where I was supposed to go, and I'm just too retarded to, like, find where I was supposed to go in that place. So, I hate myself. I want to kill myself. It's not Torch.
Which is worse, a ridiculously hard game or a where the fuck do I go game? Definitely a where the fuck do I go.
Yeah, where the fuck do I go is way worse.
It's always the worst feeling. Is The Witcher good? I played a bit of 3, got bored, and dropped it.
I like Witcher 3. Witcher 2 is way better, though.
There you go.
IMO. No. Witcher 2 is better because it's not open world. So, like, you just do things and have fun. It also has Yorvith, which is the best character ever.
Only Spyro 1 is on the disc. You have to download 2 and 3 or something like that?
No, that was originally what they were going to do. They delayed it because everyone was pissed about that. So now they're all on disc.
Why would they have even intended to do that in the first place?
Look, this is by Activision. I think it's by Activision, right? And they publish it?
I don't know, but that is so unbelievably bizarre of an idea. Like, is that just a DRM practice? Or, like, just to make it so you can't resell the disc? Like, is that all it is?
Dude, your guess is as good as mine.
That's
Why does 90% of things that happen in modern games happen in modern games? I don't understand. It's just, like, a bunch of humans so completely disconnected from reality and, like, common sense.
Tom, does your feelings about Witcher 3 does Tom have a general aversion to open world shit, or just in the instance of comparing Witcher 2 and 3?
I'm not a huge fan of open world games in general.
Isn't Witcher 2 already open world?
No.
Oh.
It is a just like a regular, it's like an action RPG. And it's fucking great. It has moral choices that aren't good or evil. It's just like, which of these characters that are dynamic and fleshed out do you find more sympathetic, even though they both have flaws and are not great people, and you're not a great person either, and you're not going to finish this game without doing things that are morally questionable. And it's just like, yeah, this is the real fucking shit right here. Like, do I help this racist elf, or do I help this, like, racist human? They both hate each other, and they're both racist, and they both have reasons for being racist that are justifiable, but they're also racist. What do I do?
The regular hunter says, The Witcher 1 is so bad that I vowed never to play any other games by Polish people.
Well, I guess you're racist too. You love Witcher 2.
Never played a Final Fantasy. Which should I play first? That really depends on what you think you can handle, or what you're into. Like, if you just want to play something portable and fun on the go, Final Fantasy 1 on the GBA is a great portable game.
Yeah, 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls is pretty cool.
If you want to, like, have, like, if you want to understand why Final Fantasy is such a cultural juggernaut, play 7. If you think that 7... If you can't get past the fucking blocky 3D models, or if you just aren't into the aesthetic and you want to play, like, a high fantasy game, play Final Fantasy 9. If you literally can't go back to the PS1... Final Fantasy X is your only option. So there you go.
Didn't even bring up Final Fantasy VI.
Well, I figured that...
Said where to start.
Yeah, he said
I feel like no matter which choice you do, you're going to get to 6 at some point.
Yeah, but... I'd say 6 or 7.
Is Digi done with making new friends? Probably. I mean, that's been true for a long time. Because the game industry is an elephant running at 400 miles per hour that's too big to stop.
I mean, not even wrong.
I checked the Activision website. Games 2 and 3 require download via internet. So the delay did shit.
If that's true, then I would be surprised if people aren't fucking furious.
Is there an age that Doomers reach that make them stop making new friends? No, there's just an age that people reach that makes them stop making new friends. It's nothing to do with being a Doomer.
I mean, I still make new friends.
You still live a very young man's life, though.
Yeah, I guess I do that on purpose. I refuse to become
an old
even though my flesh prison continues to rot in real time.
Oh boy, I love that. I love that description.
Disgusting.
Are there any JRPGs that genuinely deep / fleshed out stories with interesting things to say? Not a shot at JRPGs in general, I just feel like they're usually average / safe stories carried by fun characters and cool art. I would say Final Fantasy 7 or 10 easily. I mean, really, like, anything 6 through 10 is, like, fairly, you know, has something going on. But, like, 7 is definitely a legitimately deep game, and 10 has a lot of nuance.
I want to interrupt you, but I'm back. I'm back on the rooftops.
All right. I think you just got to go up there.
I mean...
Get on that building and then go to that place to the left.
I mean, okay.
Or to the right, rather. Turn right. Turn
Okay,
around.
this is where I went multiple times.
This is the ramp.
Yep.
That I think was described.
And then...
Let me go back to the...
there was a cutscene that triggered...
and it didn't involve a spider-like thing eating a guy or something?
No, it was just like, look at all these pipes. I was like, yeah, they're pretty cool.
Alright, let me look at it. It says, jump to the roof of this building. You should be facing another building with a balcony and a railing. Turn around to see the entrance to Silence Cathedral. Jump to the ramp and follow it inside where you see a Zephanim vampire cocooning a human victim. Jump down and kill him, then super jump to the ledge and continue to a small room with large doors, the official entrance to the cathedral. You'll see a cutscene where Raziel explains the origin of this cathedral. Is that the cutscene you're talking about?
I think so, but I couldn't hear what he was saying, so I have no idea what it said.
Switch to the spectral plane to see the pipes twist. The far left one makes a convenient pathway for
Raziel. Oh
Raziel.
my fucking gay-ass god.
Yeah, so you just gotta jump up the pipes, I guess.
That is... homosexual.
I guess with this game, you really just, every room you go into, you should just...
I mean, I did go into planes here, but I did not
think of this as a platform.
I didn't realize that this pipe was going to move literally like 14 feet over here and conveniently turn into a platform.
Well, God, there you go.
That's some early 2000s game design right there.
Oh boy.
Well, that's gay. I was going to say I'm stupid, but I'm not stupid. That's obtuse as fuck. That was the word I was looking for earlier. This game is obtuse.
Yeah. It's like everyone broke into different songs when you had this realization. Mime Think says, young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man. Then Keyblade, when I was a young boy. And then Ninja Jeff, I see no, hear no evil. I don't know what that song is.
Wow.
Took me to mother's basement. No dream too big. This is my last resort. And one by one they fall. Cut my life into pieces.
Alright, precision platforming is not this game's strong suit. Maybe it's just because I'm playing on an emulator, though. That's also possible. Because, like, this movement is jerky as fuck, and I cannot stay on this pipe to save my life. God.
My father worked the mines till the day he took his life. Learn to swim. People are still just doing song lyrics.
I mean, I'm cool with that. Cool with our... Oh, come on, you motherfucking...
Adobe slash for my girls. Counteraction rising.
Yeah.
Well, I don't show off, don't criticize. I'm just living by my own
I can't go fast.
feelings.
I'm going on a pipe right now.
I didn't realize he was saying, I don't show off, don't criticize.
I mean...
I always thought he was saying, when I don't show up, don't criticize.
Oh, that makes way more sense, because Sonic definitely shows off.
Yeah.
Oh god, oh god. This is... Okay. Alright. We're playing a fucking video game.
I can't believe it.
Welcome to I Am Games, the most on-brand stream on Twitch.tv. We're playing Soul Reaver.
It kind of reminds me, or like, it's kind of like weird that the game even lets you go anywhere when it's like this. It's like, don't even give me access to the whole fucking world map. Like,
I mean, that's what Metroid does. You know?
Yeah, but Metroid, you never are required to just like go all the way back to do the next thing unless you've like, you will know, you know? Like, if you arrive in Norfair, the next step forward is never going to be to leave Norfair unless you get a new power-up that you know you can use in another place, you know?
Yeah.
And it'll always be a place that you've already seen. You've already seen that, like, you couldn't make it up this platform, and then you get a double jump and you go, oh, fuck, I'm gonna have to go back to that one room with the platform, you know? Like...
What am I supposed to do? Do I go back to I guess I go back to the Spectral plane.
This game, it's just like you find yourself in a room where you're not sure what to do, and you're just like, well, I wonder if I should wander all the way back across the fucking planet.
Huh.
Flip on the telly, wrestle with Jimmy. I'm still just reading lyrics that people are posting. Any of the ones that I know the lyrics. Or I don't know. I know the tune. And you don't seem to understand. Pushing little children with their fully automatics. They like to push the wake around. Now someone posted my lyrics. Hey, I'm enough of this.
I don't know what to do with this corpse.
This is the best game ever created.
Oh, fuck off! This guy respawned? What a cunt. I don't even know how to kill him now.
So much of this game just seems barren of intrigue. Like, I get that it's old, but it feels so featureless in comparison to a lot of modern hack and slash shit.
Well, it's not a hack and slash game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing about this game is that it's meant to have this, like, dark gothic atmosphere, and I think it communicates that well. It is kind of bare bones, but, like, yeah, I mean, like you said, it's old.
What is this?
I mean, it looks a lot like Tomb Raider.
Is this on the wall? That clearly is something, and I don't...
I have no idea.
Fucking... What does the guide say? I'm in the room with the person getting cocooned up.
Okay, oh, that just happened?
Yeah. I'm assuming that's the guy getting cocooned up.
But that should have already... That should have happened before you got to the pipes.
Okay.
Jump on it and use to get up to the upper levels. Use the planar portal at the top and jump into the ledge. Jump across the gap to the next ledge and continue around until you come to a wooden door. Go around the swing. You'll see a switch in the wall by a flame. Use it in a platform. Will come down in a small alcove. Did that already happen?
No. I'm assuming this is the switch? I don't know how to use a switch.
You came to a wooden door at some point, right?
Yeah, that's how I got into this room.
Go around this way and you'll see a switch on the wall by a flame. Use it and a platform will come down in a small alcove. Did you just walk up to it and press square?
I mean, I tried. Nothing's really, you know.
There's no platform in a small alcove nearby?
No, guess I'm not going here then. But this is like an empty room devoid of meaning, and there's too many like unique assets in here.
I mean, that's gotta be
to be nothing.
Try throwing a thing at the
What
button?
the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? The enemies respawn. Fantastic.
Try throwing something at the button.
That's a good idea. Actually, I forgot. I have this thing and I can throw it. No.
Well, I don't understand the hold on. Have you used the spectral mode?
Yeah, there's just nothing in here. And you can't leave the room in the spectral plane because you can't open the door to get out.
Alright, so you see the pipes twist. Far left one makes a convenient pathway for Raziel. Jump on it using get up to the upper levels. Use the planar portal at the top and jump onto the ledge. Jump across the gap to the next ledge and continue around until you come to a wooden door.
Yep, did that. That's where I am right now.
Go around this way and you'll see a switch on the wall by a flame. Use it and a platform will come down.
Do I have to keep going by that door instead of go in it? Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah, it didn't say anything about going in the door.
Alright, well then I'm leaving this room.
Bizarre.
Oh, okay.
Ben came in and gave us 4 cents and said, fuck you guys.
Fair. Considering my performance today, fair. Alright, yeah, I think I'm just supposed to keep going this way.
Have you played Shadowrun?
Have I played Shadowrun? No. There's a bunch of Shadowrun games, aren't there?
There are.
I've not played any of them. Alright, found the platform. Don't know what that did.
This is one of those games I want to play, but I've already seen my brother play through all of it, and I don't want his sloppy seconds. I know that feel. It used to be like, when me and Victor were younger, like, there was like very much a thing about like neither one of us would ever let the other person play the game first, even if we weren't like there might be a game both of us wanted to play, and I would buy it, and I would insist that like because I bought it, I get to play it first. But then like I would never get around to playing it, and then eventually I would just let him like if enough time passed. But like. You know, it's just like I don't want you to have the experience with my thing first, even though I don't have plans to actually play it yet, but I wanted to own it, so I bought it instead of you, you know? Brothers are a complicated thing.
Oh, God.
When's Morrowind is games? Probably never.
Yeah, never. Fuck that game. Fuck Elder Scrolls. What a boring game. Also, I'm really mad that I just fucking lost my fucking sword again. Of course it wasn't close enough.
Fuck Elder Scrolls, what a boring game, he says, playing a boring game.
Yeah, fair.
Do you think that we're gonna make it through Soul Reaver? Do you think that we're gonna end up wanting to do this whole Soul Reaver thing?
I'm not frustrated enough to stop yet.
Okay. Because there are a bunch of games in this series, and this is considered the best one, I think.
I don't think that's true.
I think this is... like,
I thought Soul Reaver 2 was considered much better than this one.
Is that true? I have no idea. I know that like a lot of the later era ones were not that highly regarded.
I know Defiance is not as great because it changed genres to be a Devil May Cry-esque game because Kane and Raziel are both playable in it. And it came out after Devil May Cry, so it's more just like trying to be a cool action game but not really hitting the mark.
I see.
But, I don't think there's any block puzzles in Defiance. Thank God for that.
Soul Reaver 2 is not great, according to this guy.
Okay.
Blood Omen, the first one, is the best in my opinion.
Yeah, we tried getting that on PC and it did not run. It just crashed right in the first,
Isn't that one like a Diablo clone?
I don't know if it's clone, but it is similar in style. Why am I doing this so wrong?
Apparently it's possible to soft lock yourself in Soul Reaver 2.
Great. I can't wait to inevitably do that. You give me a Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, I could help, bro.
I'm assuming that's a reference, but I don't know what it's from.
Half-Life, Full Life Consequences. You gotta watch it.
Why would you know about that? Have you ever played Half-Life?
It's a funny meme video.
Okay. Oh, god damn it. I hate how the enemies just respawn. I'm working on a puzzle here. I'm using my brain.
I told you about Full Life Consequences. It's like a really shitty fanfic that had a famous dramatic reading, and then somebody made like a video creating it using Gary's mod, like reenacting the fanfic in real time, and it's fucking hilarious. You definitely see it.
Fuck. Die. Not. Are these not killable fire things? Oh my fucking god. These controls are unusable.
So I just looked at this Diet Pepsi and remembered that this is something you can drink on a diet, isn't it?
That's why diet is in the name.
I'm gonna drink one.
Go for
Taking
it.
your Diet Pepsi.
It's alright. All the Diet Pepsi is making me very sick, so feel free to take them off my hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really
Because
should.
if I like these, I might, I mean, I grew up with Diet Pepsi. So,
So, you know what's really annoying about this game right now?
Right?
Yeah. The enemies just respawn while I'm doing the puzzle, and I'm trying to just, like, think, and it's like, no time to think.
I could do this.
It's fine. Totally doable.
I could probably do this as a lifestyle for a little while.
I mean, I've done it for a month, and I'm still breathing.
Miraculously.
I know.
Mark's giving me weird looks, like looks of disgust with the idea that I would drink Diet
I just
Pepsi.
checked the weed prices, how much they be, $300 for an ounce.
What the fuck? Why?
Remember when I told you the legal shit was gonna be super expensive?
I mean, if you
That's the opposite of how it is everywhere else in the country.
Remember I told you Massachusetts is gay? Everything's expensive here, dude. I don't know why you...
That's like twice as much as what I would pay illegally.
Yeah.
That's because they're... How much is the tax percentage on that? There's probably like...
That's before tax.
How much are they taxing? Because it's not just going to be sales tax. It's
Well,
like
is
cigarettes,
that,
right?
is that on like the cheapest weed that they have?
12% tax
No,
on
it's
top of the
flat.
sales
It's
tax?
a flat rate.
It's a flat rate?
Yeah, it's like how much you buy. It's like the weight.
What?
It's
That's
not like
weird.
this strand is cheaper. It's like...
That's the
But I
total
mean,
opposite
it's
of how
still
it was
grams
in...
15, which is like...
Yeah,
Fuck!
but like in Portland, it was like depending on the strain you got, you could
These
get
guys are
like really
unkillable
cheap
in
weed
this
or
room.
really expensive weed.
Alright. This is getting pretty bad. Not
People,
gonna lie.
everyone in the chat's like, "What the fuck? 300 for an ounce? Are you fucking serious?" Like,
Yeah, it's if you want to buy like 3 ounces, it's 1,000. It's like their special discount.
I thought you couldn't buy more
It's
than
medical.
an ounce.
It's a medical
Oh.
prices.
Is that just the prices for medical, or is it
I
gonna?
assume it's the same.
I'm gonna have to get the fuck out of Massachusetts.
Fuck.
I hate the state.
I mean, I hate to say I told you so. Poor Munchie, doesn't know what he's in for.
He won't even care because he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything interesting. He
Munchie
just fucking-
isn't even in Massachusetts yet. He's already turning into a lib cup.
Yeah.
He had me censor him in the PCP edit yesterday.
Really? What did he
Yeah.
have you censor?
He said some Mexican racial slurs, even though he is Mexican, and was like, "I don't want to get killed. Please censor me."
I don't understand.
Yeah. I was just like, yeah, I guess that's right. You're going to art school. You got to be a fucking lib cuck, otherwise they're gonna ban you.
Oh boy.
Come a long way from Radcon 2, how he bombed in for his lecture.
That clip is in the intro for Stealing Your Dad's, and he did not make me like take it out or anything. Whatever. Log Horizon Season 2 Episodes 14, the one with the separate story of the girls' adventures, and 16, second ep of the kids' trip, feels so weird in contrast with the rest of the series, mostly because the jokes finally actually land and the characters start acting like real people rather than anime cliches. This is especially weird in 16 because these kids have had somewhat stunted dialogue for the whole series, and the sudden change is jarring. I didn't notice any, like, amazing change in anything like that, but... Does Mark have bigger tits than May? I mean, ever since the boob job, like...
Yeah.
Shit. Freeze153 says Sprite Zero was the only thing that kept me sane while I was in Quito.
Wait, what did he say?
Sprite Zero was the only thing keeping him sane during Quito. Ben says, just walk onto any college campus and ask the first guy you see wearing a tie-dye shirt. In response to the $300 for weed.
Those guys are gonna move.
Krayley says, usually it starts out hella expensive because the people running the new legal system don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
That's true. I had heard that it started out, like, in Oregon, they started with, like, basically what was street prices. and then they like very rapidly it reduced in price. But I would have thought that they would have already learned the lesson from the other places.
For medical marijuana, I don't know. I assume it'll be the same price. I assume they're just gonna use the same stuff. But they might have to like use weed that's like less high in THC, so it might be less expensive. But I think it'll.
Yeah.
There's a 10% discount if you're financially disabled or something. Financial disadvantage discount.
Oh, so I should buy for you guys? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
I think that's only for medical use. I don't know.
I think I could probably get medical use. I have so many fucking
me too.
health problems.
Just done it. I was like, oh, I'll just wait for it to be legal.
I've just had like chronic pain for like the last like 6 months. I've had debilitating migraines for 25 years, and the doctors can't figure it out.
Yummy K Wumpus says Soul Reaver is pretty cool initially until you realize it's all block puzzles all the time.
There are a lot of block puzzles in this game. I'm not even like too upset about that. Like,
Ben says Munchie's. Oh, sorry.
I just say block puzzles are fine.
Oh, Munchie's been going libcuck for a long time now. It's beautiful, says Ben.
How
is it beautiful?
We need to sit down.
Are you into this, Ben?
We need to sit down with Ben.
Feeling this?
Grooming him.
He is grooming him.
Ben is such a weird case of someone who like calls themselves liberal but holds very like politically incorrect opinions.
He's like the most politically incorrect person I fucking know. Like he's like just like the most brutal towards people he deems to be different from himself.
Can I not pick this up anymore? What a shame.
I mean, there's a difference between being a libcuck and like wanting to look good, like. Because you care about your digital appearance now.
Oh, you think that's what Munchie's doing?
Yeah, I think that he's like, he doesn't want any of this to go like to strike against him.
Yeah.
What a fag.
Which, I mean,
the problem that Munchie's gonna inevitably face, and he knows this in the back of his own mind. It's too late.
Yeah.
I mean, he said the N word so many times. Like
you can't erase that, and like. That's why people say that shit all the time. It's like, you gotta watch what you say online. Like, we're all doomed. We are all
people, like, digging
doomed.
up producers, like, tweets from, like, years and years ago. And, like, oh, they said a racist joke. We have to fire them. They can't work for Disney no more. It's, like, I don't believe in that shit, so whatever.
Unless there's a
Ken
huge...
says, I've always been a libcuck. And then what the fuck? What? That is total bull hockey.
Bull hockey?
Isn't this coming? Didn't Ben like actively have something against trans people or something like that? I mean, that's what the meme is.
That's on record too. So I mean,
yeah.
oh, nice.
Again, being a libcuck and being PC are different, but
PC, politically cucked.
Yeah.
Ben says, man, how am I against people different from me? What does that even mean? Maybe if you mean idiots, because dumb people are as different from me as can be. Oh my god, you fucks, I'm getting legitimately angry.
I mean, I only have questions. I'm not going to make assumptions. That was what I was getting at. I'm all for you coming and explaining and, like, me coming to a better understanding of the nuances of your opinions.
I could feasibly get Ben in a call with us. If he felt the need. He says, I made a joke about trans girls in the PCP and everyone took it as my actual opinion. Well, I don't know, man. Like, it's just what people constantly say, so that's just what I hear. I didn't actually listen to the episode.
That's the trouble with the PCP is that, like, we're such a quote-unquote problematic podcast that when we make jokes, it just fits in line with, like, us just being blatant assholes. And so it's very hard to discern truth from fiction.
If Munchie deletes the Deagle Nation lecture when he's applying to work for Disney, it'll be like Maddox disavowing his book all over again.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah.
Is he trying to work for Disney? Is that a real thing?
I don't think so.
I can't see him working for Disney.
I think he was just...
I don't know. I mean, at the same time, he's not white, so...
Autistic Me Don says, I mean, Tom is literally a communist, so Ben isn't in the worst place.
Yeah, that's true. I think the funniest thing is everybody thought that was true at RadCon too. I'm like, what?
Meme thinks says at Ben, so you're against people with mental impairments, how you bigot, fascist, racist, ableist, sexist. And Ben said, okay, I actually am against the mentally ill. I think they should be herded into concentration camps.
Yeah. Can't be a libcuck with that opinion.
Jalen Harris gave us $6 and said, "Go buy Spyro. Fuck this game."
Could need more than $6, unfortunately.
Well, that totals to 60 that he's contributed throughout the stream.
Okay, take it back. I'm not sure where to go next. Did I hit the switch? I did hit the switch, right? Yeah, I did.
Ben says, "Libcucks unite, down with the differently abled." Oh boy, I just unilaterally hate everybody.
I mean, that's a fair position. I think I'm just back where I started now, right? It's a circular room.
I can kind of appreciate why Munchie would want to clean up his image if he is, like, earnestly considering seeking job opportunities with, like...
That's understandable.
Understandable, but gay.
Yeah, it's just that, like, to me, like, I guess he was probably edgy before he had really thought about what it would mean for his career.
I think everybody his age at this time is in that position.
I, on the other hand, I mean, I grew up edgy, but, like, I observed all the types of jobs that I could get and, like, realized I would have to not be edgy to get those jobs and decided to take the edgy path, you know? Because, like, there is always a success paradigm. Like, just because you don't get to work for Disney doesn't mean that you don't get to make something and, like, have people on your side, you know? Because, like, there's always the possibility of being the dick show and, like, making the most fucking money on Patreon because you are such a free speech advocate, you know?
Yeah.
Alright.
Granted, even Dick is censorial towards himself.
I'm running out of patience. I hit both the switches in that room. What do I do now?
Oh, boy. Notice that the blocks have pictures on them, blah blah, block puzzle. Once all the blocks are in place.
Oh, wait, I figured it out. Woo!
Oh.
Yeah, boy!
Wind tunnel!
Alright, I did something. Alright, now we're in side-scroller mode.
I've never really understood the sheer attachment you guys have to being edgy. Like, edgy jokes and shit are great, but your attachment to it has always confused me. I mean, I'm just attached to expressing myself exactly as I feel in a moment and not controlling it because of someone else's...
Like, do something that's your livelihood where you constantly see people, like, being punished for doing that and for having a voice. It kind of makes you, like, you know... Stick to your guns.
It's less about being edgy and more about not being told what to do.
Yeah, well, and it's, for me, it's partly that, like, I'm used, like, okay, other people will say things like, all you have to do is not say this one word. And I'm like, no, that's not true. Because most of what comes out of my mouth, I get socially punished for. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, I might get in trouble for saying this one word, but I'll also get in trouble for a lot of other words that I'm going to say that would not be considered edgy the same way. But, like, you know, to me, it's all the same. It's all just people telling me that they don't like the way I think or talk and that I have to change to make them comfortable. And I'm like, fuck you, no one's ever changed to make me comfortable. I'm not comfortable in this world, you know? I am constantly made uncomfortable by the presence of nearly everybody, and no one's doing shit for me, so I'm not doing shit for them, you know? That's really what it comes down to for me.
Man, they weren't kidding about those block puzzles. We're already at another one.
Yeah. You guys are much more surreal and absurd than edgy. Thank you, Stumblereal. I consider that a compliment. Keyblade says, Mad Cuck Strawman voice, but Digi, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. Of course not. That's why I like to be edgy.
The consequence is that you're not fucking participating in society.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, though, is that, like, everybody has to remember that, like I said, if you offend people, yes, you will lose certain opportunities, but that doesn't mean you will lose the ability to have a success paradigm. Like, all these people who get in trouble for being offensive, they don't just suddenly shrivel up and die and get no work. They just don't. They might lose certain opportunities, but it doesn't mean you lose everything. And, like, you just have to ask yourself, like, what are you willing to sacrifice? And for me, I'm willing to sacrifice most opportunities because I don't give a shit. You know, like, I don't want the job at Disney, so I don't care if I can't work there, you know? Like, the only people who I have to answer to are my supporters, and they have never, you know, had a problem with me saying the things that I say, because I think they know enough about me to understand where I'm coming from and, you know, why I say the things I say.
So annoying. So fucking annoying. What a terrible idea to have these enemies come back.
ZZ Mop says, I don't say shit like rape and retard around those people because it reminds them of shit they don't want to think about or that makes them feel bad, and it's not really my place to decide whether or not they should be hurt by them. You see, you've drawn, like, really arbitrary lines around which words you think are going to offend people, because at the end of the day, everyone has something they don't want to hear. I am constantly bombarded in this very chat by words I don't want to hear. People constantly making references to my enemies or dramas that I've been in the past. People constantly just, like, trying to target some kind of light harassment towards me. Like, it, you know, like, it's just about being courteous to the people around you and understanding what would or wouldn't.
Yeah, like, this is your platform. It's different if you're going out in the real world and saying things that are offensive. This is,
right.
People choose to, like, support and watch your videos. They can leave if they're offended by the speech. This is
right.
your platform, and you have every right to say those things. And it's fucked up that you should curtail to, like, you know.
Okay.
Just in my opinion, like.
Yeah.
What the?
I think it's great that you are mindful of the people around you, but it's different when this is your livelihood and, like, people are coming to you for your opinions.
I also just think, like, everybody, I think that a lot of people feel that way, but, like, even, like, Dick Masterson, I've been meaning to make this, like, I might go on the show to berate him about this. Like, he won't, well, he will say retarded, but he always tries to stop himself. He always tries not to say retarded, and it's really funny to me, because that word is not offensive to anybody where I'm from. Like, it's not, nobody gives a fuck if you say retarded. I've never heard anyone chastise anyone for saying it, but he comes from LA, where, like, obviously there's tons of people who are gonna be, like, upset if you say retarded, and so to him it's like a big deal word. Like, where I'm from, it was never seen as a slur to anybody, so, like, to me, it's really funny that that's where he draws the line and not at any of the other shit he says, you know? It's like, why this? Why is this your hill to die on, you know?
I just think my whole thought process on this is that, I mean, it's a dick thing, and, like, I get shit on Tumblr about it all the time. People are like, can you tag this post? It triggers me. And I'm just like, it's not my job to censor your world for you.
Yeah.
It's your job to deal with the world as it is.
Not to mention, not everything I create is meant to make you comfortable. Like, if you have a dramatic reaction to something, good. Like, that means that you're feeling and thinking and like, you know, being human.
Yeah.
I don't know why this last one didn't work. I'm not sure. Like, they're both up, I think. I can't move the camera to, like, prove that that's what they're supposed to be, but I did good.
ZZ Mob says, I said retarded a lot until I found this one kid in my class was made really upset by it because his little brother was retarded and got bullied, etc. a lot, and the kid was really upset when he heard the word, but he didn't want to speak up because he didn't want people to dislike him for being upset at the way they spoke. Like, I totally understand that, but, like, you can't assume that everyone with a retarded brother feels that way. Why are you pointing them up? You're trying to create a closed tunnel. Like, you want them both to be facing each other, not up.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that's the case, because that's how it was for the other stuff.
I guess my assumption, because like these ones you're creating a path that continues, like there's an in and an out point. And this one has 2 ins, and I guess I just assumed the outs were up. But this thing you're saying.
I mean, I think that one is also a failure though, because the first one locked in and the second one didn't.
No, those 2 both locked in.
Oh, did they? Because they didn't turn a different color like the first ones did.
There was a clicking sound when I did it though. I can't grab them anymore.
Okay, well I guess it did work. But yeah, I think with both the other ones, you just created like a closed tunnel.
All right, well, I can just fix that right quick then.
Anyway, whatever I was saying, like a great case in point is like YMS is a gay man who uses the word faggot all the time. And he gets really offended when people insist that you shouldn't use that word because he's like, why, like, do you think I need to be coddled and hidden from this language that I know exists and that, like, I myself find humor in? And, like, you can never know what people are going to find strength in or find, you know, like you don't know how people are going to react to the words you use or how they might think of those words. Like, the word otaku, for instance, was meant as an insult. Like, it used to be something that was said of anime fans to insult them, but they took ownership over it and said, fuck you, I am an otaku, and I'm proud of that, you know? And, like, a lot of people have done that and taken that power over certain words, and, like, I think that trying to wallow and hide from language, you're just giving more ammunition to people who do want to use it against you. Like, if you say, like, I'm offended if you call me retarded, it's like you're just giving the people who want to offend you ammunition to do so, you know, as opposed to, you know, like, safeguarding yourself from being able to be insulted by taking the power into your hands and saying, like, I don't care what other people think about me, and I'm, you know, I'm proud to be who I am regardless of what that might be.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can't control what 7+ billion other people are going to say and what they're going to, like, throw in your face. But you can control how you react to it. Focus on making yourself stronger and more resilient, and focus less on trying to tone police literally everybody else on the face of the fucking planet. Because one is doable, the other is completely untenable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck this battle.
Yeah, ZZ Mom, I'm not criticizing your personal decision to not say certain words around people. Do whatever you want. I'm just letting you know why I don't feel the need to do that. Like, and I obviously don't go around saying slurs around people I don't know in mixed company in cases where, like May said, Mark said, this is my platform, so, like, you know, I'm just gonna say whatever I want and it's up to the audience to take or leave it. But, like, this isn't the same as, like, me being in a crowded party and dropping a fucking N-bomb and being, like, and not expecting to get my ass kicked. It's like, you know, this is my house, sort of.
Are people still pissed off about this game now that things are happening?
I don't know. Everyone's just talking about the topic at hand now.
Alright.
Or just screaming dumb shit. There was a lot of I'm ugly and I'm proud. SpongeBob reference, I guess. Stumblereel says, not to sound like a brown nose, but I don't get this Digi speaks with authority meme. He mostly talks with a very relaxed and casual tone. Every other sentence he says is said to clarify the sentence said before it, as if he's on trial. It's true, I do always feel like I'm on trial. People say that this game is still boring as shit.
Alright. Well, if the people don't like it...
Ditchy, what did you think of Kids See Ghosts? I wasn't that into it. I really like Ghost Town, but that's about it.
I have no idea where that was.
Any ETA on Log Horizon video? I think it'll probably be out within the next week. Devu finished his game. He said he was actively working on the Log Horizon video. It is 45 minutes long, so...
Hey, you got us something.
Jalen Harris gave 50 cents. Tom, this is what you have done to, or what you have to do. Turn the game off, the stream, and go to GameStop and buy Spyro.
Press 1 if you agree with that sentiment, I guess.
I mean, if we buy Spyro, are we gonna come back and play it? We've already got 2 hours of streaming.
I mean, we would end the stream.
Yeah, there would be no more stream tonight if that was what we did. So, not to say that we won't also, I mean, like, why would we even buy it tonight? There'd be no purpose to go out.
I see some ones. Are there
I
ones?
see twos. I see mostly twos.
Oh, they're twos? I can't see anything but a blur from here because I don't have my glasses on.
I see 2, 2, 2, 1, 6, 24, 66, 2, 88, 8,465. Just in brackets, every number that's not 1. 555, another 555. 2, 1, 3, 5, 1, 4, 3, 8, 5, 4, 5, 6. That sounds like the start of the thing that, like the code that Data says in Picard's voice in Star Trek. Anyway, yeah, we got a bunch of other numbers. That's the point.
Well,
got
I guess,
a 666 in there. That's my
I guess
guy.
Jalen Harris is not getting in their way.
No. Idle without pyro, but looks like a credit card number.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna surprise you.
Yeah.
I have no idea where to go.
Oh
wait, now I do.
I honestly am feeling like, regardless, I don't know, dude. I don't know if this is it, Chief.
I mean, the problem is that, like, if I didn't constantly have to think where the fuck I'm supposed to go, I would like this. I don't mind the block puzzles. The combat's doable. Like, there is some strategy to it. It's just, like, kind of difficult. It's just, again, it's a very obtuse game. Alright, I gotta fucking book it to get down there.
The sign of the cross. You saw that video, right?
I've not seen it yet.
Oh man, you're gonna have the song stuck in your head forever afterwards.
Wait, what? Did I already lose where I'm supposed to be?
It's a pretty badass video.
We should play the Blues game on stream.
We should. We should have done that instead of this game, where we just spent an hour and a half lost.
Yeah, we could have, like, finished.
Yeah, we could have played Devu's whole game.
I don't know how interesting it would have been, though. I mean, it's not a game where a lot happens. Not that I can really defend this game with that kind of description, but... Fuck. I like how I found where to go and then immediately got lost again. What the fuck? Not down there. Not down there. Look where the bell was. Where's the fucking bell? It is down here, right? This is... Yeah, I gotta go there, right? I'm assuming. Okay, through the door. Alright. If that's the same door. The lighting looks a little different, so maybe I'm totally bullshitting everything right now. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that lighting looks totally different. I think I'm going the wrong way. I'm trying anyway. No, fuck. No. That's wrong. Why would you have 2 blocks with the same graphic on it to confuse me? Ooh, it's kind of like that Sierra Mist.
Ben Saint says, I added a bot to my Twitch so subscribers can dab and howl and shit happens. It's sick. Apparently that's the thing.
To the bot to what? Is Discord or the Twitch chat?
The Twitch. He added a bot to his Twitch.
That sounds cool. That's what you can do and you can program.
Yeah.
Where in the name of fucking God is that door that's opening up?
Honestly, you could probably crank out a video based purely on this experience so it's not a total waste. No way in hell could I make a video. Like, what would be the video? Soul Reaver is easy to get lost in? Like, who the fuck cares? Like... Digi, where are you planning to move and what parking lot is Tom going to live in when you do? I have no idea. We've been looking at houses.
Vagabond spirit.
We've been looking at houses in Massachusetts.
It seems like a mistake.
Well...
What the fuck? Oh, no. Fucked up. Going all the way back.
Meme thinks says more like Soul Lever because I'm leaving.
I mean, there are some levers in this game.
Yeah. I'm bored.
I mean, we can end the stream.
We should end the stream.
Alright.
This was excruciating.
I mean, you're not the one playing it.
Yeah, but I have to read the chat. And you only get to hear the highlights. I have to read everything. And watch nothing happen in the game at the same time.
I have to live the frustration in real time as I hit the buttons and nothing happens. So are we done? Is this game out of the rotation? Is that what's happening right now?
I don't know.
Are we abandoned
so?
Soul Reaver?
I mean, how do you feel? You're the one playing it.
I mean, I feel like if we were going to continue this game, I would just load up a guide.
Yeah, and just play it, like, off-stream.
No, I mean, we could still play it on stream, but I would just say, like, I would have the guide at the ready so I just know exactly where to go, as opposed to
yeah, I mean, the
wander.
guide was very, like, moment by moment. It's just like, do this, do this, do this, do this, you know, like... It seems like a lot of the stuff that... Like, the parts where it gets confusing, it's not so much that there's, like a brain teaser. It's just like, oh, I didn't realize that this hole was here,
Obtuse level design.
Yeah.
That's my word. That's my word of the day. Everybody, obtuse.
Haven't you spent the last week and a half on this game? No, we've only played two
This is only our second session.
I mean, Chrono Cross went really beautifully last week.
Yeah, I'm stoked to play that again.
And we definitely, like I wouldn't mind dropping this just because the Spyro collection's out, and we were already planning to cover that anyways, and it's way more relevant, obviously. So, I wouldn't mind just taking this out of the rotation, starting Spyro, like, on Friday, continuing it on Monday, and, like...
But, Digi, you're gonna have to make a new graphic. It's gonna be so much work.
Take, like, 5 seconds. But yeah, and I'm like, I'm not like, I'm like concerned with Soul Reaver because of the fact that like it is a big series, and like, at the time that I suggested it, it was because I was like, oh, we need to do some kind of big video like series.
I mean,
thing
you say
on...
it's a big series. It's not including this game. It's I think 3 or 4 other games. It'll be Blood Omen, Soul Reaver 2, and Defiance. I mean, we could play Blood Omen 1, but like nobody.
That can't be right.
That's the only games that are in this series. There's Blood Omen 1, Blood Omen 2, Soul Reaver 1 and 2, and Defiance. There's only 5 games in total.
Really?
Yep.
I thought there was like 7.
Nah, dude.
Let me look at it. I mean, I know there's like other, other games. Yeah, okay, you're right. There's really just 5 main games. Yeah, okay, well that's not as big of a pain as I thought it would be, but it still is a lot of games to play at the rate we're going and to try to make one video out of all of it.
If we want to do another series, we just have to go back to Time Splitters.
I'm not even concerned about either of those because, like, the whole idea of, like, we got to do a whole series so we can do a big video on it to promote the channel. Like, I went and did the Tales game.
I guess so.
And that's coming out. Like, I've written 50 fucking minutes of video about Tales of Fantasia.
Do you think it would be a better idea to do popular games on the stream and then we do those big project things off screen and just focus on those for YouTube videos?
I think that would probably be exactly what would be a good idea now that you've said that. And it sounds perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think doing Chrono Cross, like having an RPG Thursdays, is a fun idea because I just like the idea of us having like one continuous game that we keep playing, so that it has like some build up and like
we just have Monday just the hot slot. Anything
Yeah,
that's out
I mean
right
that
now.
was what it was supposed to be. That's kind of what I thought of this as, but it was like there was no. Again, I thought Spyro was coming out way later than it was for some reason.
Too. I was like ready to buy it.
I thought we'd have time to beat Soul Reaver 1 before Spyro for some reason, but I also thought this game was a lot shorter. But I guess when you get lost for fucking hours, it becomes longer.
Well, again, we've learned that lesson that like the time to complete on those stats is like under ideal circumstances when you're not mentally handicapped like I am.
Oh, different genres on different days? Yeah, that's kind of the... Just look at the schedule. As soon as we go offline, anybody who's confused about our schedule, just stay on the Twitch page and you will see the schedule pop up. Though it will be inaccurate because we're probably dropping Soul Reaver going by how this conversation's going. So, I would expect Spyro. Because that's, the most relevant thing we could cover. And then hopefully from that point forward, like hopefully we just take like just the right amount of time beating, because Spyro's like 3 games, right? So it won't be like a quick and easy fucking pump and dump. But
they're probably harder than I'm assuming because I've never played them before.
Hopefully by the time we churn through that, there will be other games, because like literally the main reason we've been playing old games at all is that nothing has come out that we've been interested in. So
another thing that we can add to the rotation is that I think next month the last of the Spider-Man PS4 DLC comes out.
That too.
And then we can just power through all that at once because like it's 3 chunks of basically one big DLC. So
alright, everybody, that's it for this episode of the fucking I Am Games live stream, which is not a show, and I don't know why I called it an episode. Be the games you want to see. I Am Games.
Block puzzles aren't that bad.
But getting lost sucks.